Well, today I'm going to talk about the young adult versus the parents. Frankly speaking, it's a reflection of the seminar that I had in the university the other day. The other day, when I participated in an open discussion at a university on the conflicts between young adults and their parents. Now, this is an age-old problem where parents say that their children are unapproachable, ungrateful, rude, and the youngsters say that the parents are over-demanding, restrictive, and don't understand. Obviously, this is a problem that troubles both the sides, the parents as well as the children, and this does need fixing. But first, we need to review some basic facts. The first fact, I feel, is parents choose to bring children into this world. It's not the other way around that the children are saying we want to come into this world. The parents choose to bring children into this world, whereas children don't. Hence, the parents will always have a responsibility towards their children and an innate need to protect and provide for the child, at least until they are adults. Hopefully, the grown-up children will want to protect and provide for their parents when the time comes. But do they strictly have to do it? My answer is no. That is their decision when they grow as adults. But what is a fact of life is that the parents have brought the children into this world, so it is their duty to love them, to protect them, to nurture them until they have got their wings and they can fly in this world. Now, if you've given them reasons to come back and love you and nurture you in your old age, is a decision they take when they are adults, but it is not that because we have produced children, the children have to take care of us. That's the first fact. Second is, we all are shaped by our families, parents and children alike. See, when a child is born, whether he is an adopted child or a biological child, it does take shape of your families and the parents and the children that are around you, so you get affected by that society that you are brought up in. That is why they say giving birth to a child is not important. Bringing up the child is important. So when a child is born, so are the parents. Parents are also that time born. It's a new life for them. While providing for a new baby, a parent also goes through a period of self-evaluation and reprioritizing, and with time, both the child and the parent evolve. Who we are today is a direct result of our family situation, which I would say is a direct result of a family graduating. Now, whether you graduate from this good, bad, or ugly. The third fact of life. Ultimately, we are all alone in our lived experience on this earth. We all have to experience the nonsense of the world individually. And we all have our individual perceptions. This importantly means that as adults, we are responsible for our own life and survival. And even more importantly, our parents and grown-up children are responsible for their lives. I'll say this once again, that as adults, we are responsible for our own life and survival. So every individual is responsible for his own survival. And even more importantly, our parents and the grown-up children are responsible for their own individual lives and survival because they can afford to do it. They are adults now. They should know what is the life that they want to lead. You must all remember that life is fragile and unpredictable. No one knows for sure who will have to look after in the end. No one is sure that who will have to look after who in the end. There are times when I have seen that the children have actually died before their parents and the parents have outlived the children. So they need to take care of their survival. And there are times when the children have lost their parents very early on in life. So they have to look around for their survival. Life is very fragile and very unpredictable. And life is not easy. Life is not a bed of roses. Life is something which you have to shape it yourself. The fourth, last but not the least, a strong emotional tie exists between parents and children which should not be forgotten. This bond is unlike any other. That's why it gives more joy and an equal amount of pain. So it is not only that it gives you joy, it also gives you pain. And both the joy is something which is abundant and it is very serene, whereas the pain is so painful. That is where I say that the world, you may make the world happy, the world may take you as appreciate all, but if that one person, that is your parent or your sibling or the one you love most, does not appreciate what you have done, it is meaningless even if the whole world is happy. On the other hand, the whole world may be ridiculing you, but if you have got that support system from your loved ones or your parents, the whole world ridiculing doesn't matter at all, because you are happy with the people you bond with. So precisely because this bond is so special, it is also more susceptible to abuse like emotional blackmail, neglect and excessive defensiveness. Now, we all know these facts more or less, but often forget them and fall prey to the daily stresses and pressures of life. Instead of recognizing these and using the family as a sounding board of experience, sharing and learning, we often make each other out and we often target each other as the enemy and get caught up in endless bouts of lies, arguments, hurt, egos and discontentment. Psychologists will be very quick to point out that often when this happens, the root cause is something else altogether and often very complex. Like a cancer, the problem eats away from the insides and spreads quickly. The longer you evade addressing the issues, the worse the problem will get. Just like a cancer cannot be cured with a band-aid, a relationship cannot be fixed with a few chats, emotional entanglements or material enticements. You cannot entice a child with richness, money or these material benefits. You can't just have a few chats and say that, okay, I've solved the issue. In a parent and a child relationship, it's more about feeling comfortable with each other, developing that confidence with each other that we are there come what may. Now the problem calls for a longer meditation on how we live our lives, why and what impacts this has on our loved ones. This will give important clues to the past so we can understand each other better. As it's impossible to fix the past, all we can do is fix the present in the hope that the future looks healthy. However, this requires hard work, the readiness to change as a person, and a strong heart to withstand flying tempers, tear-jerking revelations, and hurtful truths. You have to take off the gloves of ego, set aside the whip of control, and wear the cloak of vulnerability. With time, the courage to have an open dialogue and an empathetic mindset, most relationships can be fixed and even become stronger. You know what Aristotle famously said? The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. Think about it. Thank you.